All right, so let me start by giving a little bit introduction about Pro Training Tech. And before that, I would again like to welcome all the new members. Good morning to all of you, and thank you so much for joining, especially on the weekend. Really appreciate that. As you all know, that Pro Training Tech is a renowned name in the IT market, and as it's here from the past 12 years, and we have trained like hundreds of students who not only secured their jobs in reputed firms, but also started earning in like 80 to 100K per year. So let's start by establishing the core objectives of this session. Today, we are going to discuss the job market confusion, the AI automation. We will talk about the hiring realities and what are the things that needs to get done to secure a good career. And overall, this session aims to serve as a critical compass in today's transformational landscape. And I'm so excited and thrilled to welcome our guest panelist over here. As today we are joined by three incredible industry experts. We have Mr. Shahid Khwaja. He's going to represent the Vertex Group on behalf of Mr. Shabir. And also we have Mr. Salim, who is an automation engineer. And then we have Mr. Mansoor Qureshi, who is also the representative of Asian community in Virginia, the governor and board member of that group, and also has the more than a decade of expertise in the hiring landscapes. So let's dive straight into our first discussion topic, which is about job market confusion. There is a lot of noise. Is AI going to replace the jobs? Is it a black box? So I would like to start with Mr. Shahid to please shed a light on these things.
So what I would like to do is, let's take a pause here and take a step back. And let me just start with saying the technology always has been changing individual jobs and the society collectively, right? Long time ago, if you think about a farmer using oxes and plowing the field, and when the tractor was invented, the farm size increased, the yields increased. When the cars were invented, you had horse carriages disappeared, but the taxis were developed, right? Not too long ago, we had toll booths with people collecting tolls, and we had long wait times. And then the digital tolls were invented, and now we travel faster, longer distance, quicker. And so technology has always been having an impact on everybody. This is the first time where AI is actually having an impact on the white collar jobs. So this is here to stay. It's going to get aggressive and going to get bigger. The underlying point is it does have an impact, but it also creates a tremendous amount of opportunities for all of us in the use case to use technology. This increases dramatically. Right. So organizations like Pro Training Tech can genuinely help people to reinvent themselves or build a bigger skill set they can develop. Right. So anybody who used to do coding now becomes an editor. It doesn't need to code from scratch, but they can get 60 to 70% done through Claude Code, a bunch of other agents. But then they can use their skill set in other ways. So yes, it does have an impact, but the impact is extremely positive if we all look at it as, hey, I get more opportunity to do bigger things. And people who are scared of it will have a negative consequence, but people who are open to accepting this technological change, and advancements in AI are going to benefit tremendously.
So moving on to the next topic, when we talk about the technical shift, how AI automation is the engine in this change. So, Mr. Salim, I would like you to speak on this thing.
Thank you very much, Simal, and thank you for ProTrain Tech Management team so organizing this very informative webinar. So just want to do quick my introduction. I am Muhammad Salim, and I am from last 12 years. I'm in automation IT field industry, and from last few years I'm in working as a professional teacher as well as a mentor, and yes, so as Simal was mentioned, so Shah Khaja was putting some lights on AI. Definitely, we want to listen more from him in a second round. So if I can talk about the AI industry, so this is especially in the IT industry, this is not a new trend. Always the trends of the industry and trend of the technology from the decades, it is changing time by time. If we can talk about especially if in a QA in automation field, when we started our journey, it was on a manual testing. Then there was a very famous tool QTP comes into the market, and people shift on that side. And then Selenium jumps into the market, and QTP was going on a backend side. And in the same way, there always a change in a specific field in every industry sector. Only the difference what the AI makes is, before that, the for example Selenium comes into the market or some other tool jumps into the market, it was impacting to a specific area or specific field. Like for example, if Selenium comes, it is impacting to the testing field, and testers who are doing as a quality analyst jobs or who wants to jump into a testing field, they have to learn that specific tool. In the same way, like on a developing side, there is a Angular frameworks or Spring Boot frameworks comes into the market, and developers are impacting, and developers have to update themselves to that specific technology or that tech stack. But when the AI jumps, AI is impacting, or AI is giving the benefits to almost every field. Even you are in a IT or even you are in a non-IT side. For example, if you are a businessman, or you have a restaurant business, or you are doing some other kind of business, you have to think like how AI will benefit to your business, because this is very very fast paced technology, and every businessman have to shift on that to take some advantage. So for example, like if you guys are not transforming your business or not transferring to the new tech or new this fast paced environment, you will not get that production or that benefit that the other businessmen are doing. For example, if someone is doing a restaurant business or any kind of business, and they shift to the AI technology and taking a much benefit as compared to the other guy who are doing the same business, but they are doing more manual work, or they are not taking advantage for this technology. So therefore AI impacts almost to every field of the life, like to the businessman for IT side as well as on a non-IT side. So the main problem nowadays are going on. Everybody is talking about the AI. So main thing is we have to know, we have to learn how AI is working. What are the main principles or what are the basics of the AI? For example, if we are using our phone, just we are scrolling the things and we seeing lot of ads are coming, lot of discussions are coming on AI. Is that thing helpful for us? Is that help to our business? That are the main questions where the peoples are confused. And then even some students are coming back to me like, oh, there is maybe a no automation future now. AI is killing the jobs, and these kind of fear is going and stucking in the mind of the people. The main thing is that the every community member and the every businessman, every people have to learn. First, we have to learn the basic principles of the AI, what AI is, how it is working, how it is impacting. And second very major thing is we have to set our goal. For example, if I am a teacher or if I am in a IT field, I am working for as a automation tester. So I have to set my goal, like how AI fits in my industry, how AI fits in my area, and how I can take advantage from this AI technology. In the same way, if we can talk about the non-IT persons like who are doing some business or whatever, so they have to set their goal, they have to learn the things according to their needs, and they have to implement the AI in their industry, in their field, and take a benefit, take a advantage from the AI side. So that is the first thing. And to be honest, like this change is, as I mentioned, that is not new. Always if you have to survive in the IT industry, you have to always be in a learning process. For example, if me and there are the senior other guys are working in the IT field, we did our master's degree way back in 12 years or 15 years. So what you guys think, like at that time there was any concept of AI? or the technology stack that we are using nowadays is the universities or schools are teaching, or we got the idea at that time for today's technology stack? The simple answer is no, because AI concept is brand new. There is a lot of new tools that introduce and comes in a market. For example, if I am a senior QA and I am not in a learning phase. For example, I stuck in a manual testing if I can go 10 years back, and I will not adopt the selenium, I will not jump onto the automation, or I cannot adopt the new technologies that are coming in a market. What do you guys think? According to my previous experience or previous technology stack that I have, can I survive in a market? It's very difficult. I'm not saying it is not possible, but it is very difficult for me as well. So the AI is very new technology that everyone is in a learning phase for it. Doesn't matter you are senior in a IT industry or you want to start your career in IT. So everyone is in a learning phase. Everyone is trying to understand how things are working on that. Second thing is where to start. That is another way that the I'm facing the challenge. People is thinking how the, especially the question that are coming, I want to focus on automation side. Like the main question is arising, is there any future of QA? Is there any future of automation testing is still there after AI? The short answer is yes. There is more need of quality analyst in this AI industry. So for example, guys, there are different examples we can take, but let me make very simple. For example, you are going to any restaurant and that is not a busy hours. For example, you can go in the evening off hours and you are the only customer there and you order something. The cook in the backside who is cooking the food, they don't have to be rushed on anything. He have only one customer and there are limited quantity of food that he have to cook and present in front of you. And definitely, if I can take review from the customer, they said that okay, the quality is perfect because the cook is cooking on a limited food, only one or two customers. Let's talk about another scenario that going on nowadays. For example, you go at a lunchtime or dinner time, that is a peak hours, and the house is full. There is a every table is full, and there is a lot of customers are there, and the same cook is cooking a food. Now it is giving or cooking a food in a large quantity. So what do you guys think? Is it a same quality he is delivering? Definitely near to me, the answer is no. Why? The your cook is busy to serve to the other customers as well. In the same way, guys, if developers are developing the things and they are adopting the AI, okay. So now, for example, to deliver one functionality, they were taking 2 days or 3 days, but now they are developing by adopting this AI technology. Maybe in a 2 or 3 days, they are developing maybe 10 functionality in the same time, 15 functionalities at the same time. And the other question is company have full confidence like the code that generated by AI or whatever the sources they use is fully compatible and there is no need of testing? So answer is no. Companies will never take a risk to send their code in a production or to give product to the customer without testing it. So now you think like where the testing stands nowadays. So companies need more testers near to me and not a simple testing. Now, as a tester, you have to know a domain of each and every business because in AI, companies are impacting or playing with all the domains, healthcare domain, financial domain, banking domain, and you have to need to know more insight on that. So yes, there is a lot of things we have to adopt in that, and a little bit more we will talk in second session.
Salim, if you don't mind, can I add one point? We need to understand. I don't know how much people know about these large language models right now. These LLMs are at the moment are probabilistic in nature, and they are not in deep reasoning yet, right? So there are only a few deep reasoning models out in the marketplace, but A lot of organizations are not using, for example, you have Claude's Opus is a deep reasoning model. You have DeepSeek, which is not very much heavily used in the US, but yet that's a deep reasoning model. Most of the models are computing probability of what the right answer looks like. Hence, the need for the QA is just tremendous until unless we move to even to a deep reasoning model, right? The second point I want to make is at the moment, most of the organizations or most of their coding models are developing 60 to 70% of the code. They do not generate 100% of the code. Therefore, the need to edit the code and ensure it connects properly with the larger production standards as well as the business use is still out tremendous. So what my point is with the AI, it is a tool that now I can have a bigger farm size. I can produce more. My yields can go bigger, right? It is not about shrinking. It is how we view the use of this particular tool. I can do much more now with less, but I also need to ensure that what I deliver is done in a very quality manner.
Right.
Therefore,
Exactly.
the need for the QA is tremendous. However, the skills needed to do QA in this AI environment is very different, right? Because AI generates a tool, it hallucinates because it's probabilistic in model. It's trying to get you an answer what you're looking for rather than what the right answer is. Therefore, your QA people need to be extremely diligent, focused, and have a good understanding of the business use and the nuances. Hence, the need to reinvent our skill sets.
Exactly. I completely agree, Shahid bhai, with you. And that was, I was going to address in a second part. Like there is a lot of learning curves are there and a lot of opportunity that if business are promoting, and then definitely there is a lot of opportunity for the tech stacks as well that to have to leverage. So Mansoor bhai is there. Simal, up to you.
Absolutely right. Mr. Mansoor is here with us. Now we are moving towards the next big thing, which is the hiring reality. So, Mr. Mansoor, I would move my question to you that what are the opportunities and if there are any threats to the professionals right now? And for that, I would like to know that what are the things companies are looking right now to bridge the gap in the market? So, yeah, over to you, please.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Mohammed Salim, and all other friends and your team for inviting me to speak to such an incredible group of professionals. It's truly a pleasure to be here. My name is Mansoor Qureshi, and I serve as a senior partner at one of the largest companies in the United States with more than 80 offices and 40,000 employees nationwide. In my role, I work closely with hiring managers and executive leadership, which gives me a front row view of how recruitment and talent expectation are evolving in today's AI driven job market. Salim bhai, I sincerely appreciate the impactful work you and your team are doing through pro training tech to help professionals build meaningful careers and what is currently a challenging job market. Programs in data engineering, data science, AI engineering, and automation testing represent some of the most in demand skill sets today. However, training alone is not enough. True success also requires a strong interview preparation, and this is according to my recruitment experience. A strong interview preparation, effective LinkedIn visibility, smart job search strategies, and resumes that clearly communicate value and impact. From the hiring side, I can say that with confidence that AI is not replacing people. So please try to understand that AI is not replacing people at all. It is replacing outdated skills and mindset. Companies are still hiring, but they're looking for adaptable professional with strong problem solving abilities, clear communication skills, and a commitment to continuous learning. So those who know how to work alongside AI and clearly demonstrate their relevance and impact are the ones moving ahead. My suggestion is this is not a moment for fear. It is a moment for clarity, strategy, and opportunities for those willing to evolve with the future of work. I would say please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or reach via email if you need any guidance, career advice, or actively exploring new job opportunities. I'm here to help. and don't be scared with, like, latest technologies. With my experience, I would say only one thing: if you have the skill set, if you have good resume, if you know how to prepare for interviews, if you know how to search for jobs on LinkedIn, then whatever skill set you have, and it doesn't matter, even if you are a COBOL developer, or you are a PeopleSoft developer, or you're an automation tester with some AI information, you still get the job in this market, because there are a lot of jobs here in the market. All we need is the person who has confidence and who has learning capabilities, and who knows, like, how to communicate, how to talk, how to do personal branding, means how to sell your skill set, how to sell yourself to the recruiter or to the hiring manager. This is the most important thing for me. Once again, Salim bhai, thank you for the invitation, and I wish you continued success, and I wish everyone here the very best in your professional journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mansoor bhai. Definitely, we will listen more from you. So, Brother Shad, I have one question. Like, especially for our beginners, can you suggest any roadmap, little bit, or what are the different tools that are leading? Because you are a CEO of your company and you are hiring different AI employees as well. So, can you suggest any little bit from where to start, or what are the high demand tools that are you guys are using in the practical industry?
Yeah. So what I would suggest if I was starting right from the scratch, it would be basically try to understand the whole development life cycle, right? The back end part and the front end and the user experience in there. So most of the AI development will happen on the back end side, the user experience. I mean, user interface. We need to separate the front end, which would be user interface and user experience, right? That is the app part. Most of the computation now is getting done as these devices are getting stronger. We are pushing more code itself. The rule-based, low cognitive rule-based tasks are getting pushed into the device itself, right? Therefore, knowing coding into, for example, Swift or React Native becomes important. You don't need to master it. Claude Code or other tools can do most of it, but you need to have a solid understanding of what is being done, right? The second pick, I would strongly say, before you do anything, as Mansoor said, and as you said, Salim, but would be embrace the change, right? People who embrace the change and lean forward are just going to excel. There is too much demand out there for the right people and the right mindset, as you said, Mansoor, right? If somebody takes pride in their Python coding or Pascal coding from 20 years ago and they refuse to learn I would look at them as the same way a farmer refused to use tractor, right? Then they shouldn't be complaining about their farm yield if their neighbor farmer is producing 20 times more. So the way we measure productivity is just going to change dramatically. The second part I want to say is understand the business rules. Really, really, it's critical because AI, while does 60, 70% of the job at the moment, it's still making a lot of mistakes. And if the right QA people will be able to pick it up. The cost of a mistake in AI world is just far greater than the cost of a mistake pre-AI, at least in healthcare where we deal with, right? If you are not compliant because your rule engine hallucinated even bright slightly, you're dealing with CMS for a very long time. And then last but not least, there are some new use cases that we have never explored before. For example, you can do 3D imaging even within healthcare apps or a bunch of other stuff. So if you can identify those nuances, you're gold. Like people will chase you if you have the right skill set and if you have the right mindset. Last but not least, most of the programming languages are going to become fairly, in 3 to 5 years, I anticipate, are going to become irrelevant to a large degree. Knowing this overall transaction lifecycle, initiation of it, making sure how it works, and then helping AI debug it properly will become the key skill.
Yeah, and I would like to add one thing, if you allow me to do that. As a recruiter for second largest company in USA, I would suggest, if you're actively looking for a job, it is critical that you work on real hands-on projects and clearly understand your role and responsibility. Because nowadays employers, they're no longer hiring based on theory alone. They want to see practical experience, problem solving ability, and clear understanding of how your skill create value in a real world environment. So after this training, I'm pretty sure Muhammad Salim Bhai has a lot of good stuff and a lot of real hands-on project there. Plan your interviews. Planning is very, very important before you go for the interview. And if you plan, your interview, you're probably going to get like job easier than the other people who are going there with overconfidence attitude, and they think that they're going to get the job. People only, there are a lot of people I see, they are top notch people, great presentation skills, but they don't do their research, they don't prepare very well. They just go there and they just talk, and sometimes they miss very, very important things. So see the job description, what is exactly in the job description, and relate that job description, with the project you are doing, and then give your best shot. And market is open for all of you.
Yes, thank you. So, by definitely, this is the very important concept that the every company is looking for whenever they are hiring and conducting the interviews. They are not only checking to the candidates with only the little bit technical knowledge or some random question. They are digging into the business rules, domains, and they are trying to dig into that and trying to get an idea either this candidate have a practical project knowledge or not. And if he did that project like in finance, banking, or in a healthcare, like they try to dig how much domain knowledge they have. So definitely we have to be very active, and especially you are right, a lot of time we are submitting our resumes, or we are going for the interview without reading the description what is the actual requirements are. So if we can go through that and brush up our skills more on that, it will be
Yeah,
awesome.
and
Yes.
one more thing. I recently hired 20 QA engineers, 20 QA engineers, but they were not manual tester. They were all
Yes.
automation tester with this Playwright, Selenium, and all AI, experience work. Even government, my client was, I don't want to, it's just a confidential federal client. Even federal clients, they are implementing AI things right now. So if you are a normal QA tester, I'm telling you, it's been 5 years. I did not even see any requirement for manual tester, but I see hundreds of requirements coming from for automation testers, Selenium with Playwright and DevOps, and there are a lot of skill set they're looking for. So just wanted to let you know. And data engineering jobs, data scientist jobs, they're the top jobs. Even Google and Facebook and all big companies are hiring data engineers, data analysis, analytics people, data scientists. So market is there. Even if you have 6 months of experience, if you know your product, your domain, as Muhammad said, then you are the rock star. You are the diamond in the market. You're gold.
Thank you, Mansoor bhai. And there is one our brother Mahmood. He wants to share his experience. Yes, Mahmood bhai, please. If you turn on video and please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mahmoud. In the US, my experience is a little over 3 years. I'm working with a big Fortune 500 company as a solutions advisor. My base experience or expertise are data center, server storage, and stuff like that. What I want to say here is I hear it a lot of times that AI is going to eat a lot of jobs. Yes, it is going to eat a lot of jobs, but those are the jobs that are stagnant. Those are the jobs of people that are not learning. I basically started as a simple technician, a computer technician. Today, I'm working on solutions for AI. So I just want to piggyback on whatever has already been said. Everything is agile today. We need to work harder and faster. That is right. We need to learn a lot. That is correct. The main thing is, even if you're using AI to do whatever, coding, automation, testing, whatever you are doing, AI is going to make it a lot faster, but AI makes mistakes. We use AI a lot during our work. I use it for building solutions. I use it to build bombs and stuff like that. The main issues that I always see, as I already have experience of more than 30, 35 years in this field, I have been building solutions, I have been implementing solutions, but I see mistakes in the solutions made by AI. So whenever I get a recommendation from AI on a solution, I always recheck it. And more than 90% of the times, I had to change the solution to match customers' requirements. So, yes, AI is going to eat some jobs, but it is going to create a lot more jobs for us. But we have to make sure that we keep our pace fast enough to stay with AI and we learn how to use it. So, there are a lot of things that we can say about AI because it is a huge infrastructure and it has a lot of parts. So, nobody has to worry that AI is going to impact them as long as they are willing to learn. So Salim Bhai, Shahid Bhai, Mansoor Bhai, all of them, whatever they are saying, I second that. I have been in this market for very short time. They are a lot experienced than me, but I have seen these things. I have been working in the IT field for over 35 years, and I have seen all these things. I have seen these changes, and I second every word that have been said until now. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. I think your point is very valid. I just want to clarify a tremendous opportunity for everybody who wants to be in the AI. Right now, the reason AI hallucinates is because organizations thought that, oh, they can buy some enterprise version of LLM like OpenAI or Claude or something, whatever they invest in, because it's kind of sexy to invest in AI. And they just dump the AI and then let people use it. The reality is that the LLMs are just a raw engine. The beauty of an AI would really come in when we customize an LLM into a RAG, the domain experts for that particular function, or for domain for that particular use case. I mean, we're in healthcare, thousands of LLMs, but there are not enough medical LLMs, right? There is not enough people that we can hire if they have expertise in creating RAGs for medical industry or healthcare industry. And within healthcare, there are subsectors, right? So it's outpatient, it's acute, post-acute. And within post-acute, there are 20 other factors that come in. I would say that if people can get into LLM in every one of these steps will take a tremendous amount of QA. I liked the phrasing of Mahmood here earlier, in which he said, it is refreshing jobs, right? If somebody's decided to be in technology, then they must make a decision at the time that they're getting into technology that they're going to embrace the change. Technology is designed to change, right? So no one can be stale and complain about technology changing because the purpose of technology is to change. The second part is within the AI, the need is just far exceeds because I think the MIT just released that study a couple of months ago in which they said 87+% of the projects in Fortune 500 are failing the AI investments. And I just laughed at it because they just bought an enterprise version and never refined it. Refinement takes every single skill set that we have to make it work. It's raw. The LLMs in AI today are just raw cognitive power. It's just raw. If you want to make a burger, you just don't buy cow and then just say, oh, now I can make a, like there needs to be a process. There needs to get to the beef patty and put it, there is a whole slew of process that needs to be deployed for AI, for us to exploit the power of AI. And at every step of the way, you need QA. Every step of the way, you need belief in a core belief in the use case, as well as understanding how can it further improve. So sorry, I just took a little longer, but thought to share that part because there's just tremendous need.
Thank you, Shalvi. Okay, Simal, all up to you.
All right, so there are a few questions. I would request all the attendees, if they have questions, then this is the right time to drop it here in the chat box. And one question I receive over here, so I would like to share it with you guys. So the person asked that, do I need to code? And if I use the artificial intelligence in any of my career, then what about the mistakes which AI models make? I mean, do I need to get a certain kind of skill set in that? Or how to like adjust that thing over here? The first question is that, does he need a coding? Because he must be from the non-tech background. And the second question is the mistakes which AI models make, how to cater that.
Brother Shahad, can you answer that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So listen, the reason, I tell our people, that hallucination or AI mistakes are made. But the point that I would tell everybody in our organization is let's try to understand why it made the mistake to begin with, right? Right now, it is a probabilistic model. It is following certain rules behind the scene. So understanding our own prompt engineering and how we structured the command to begin with, so you can dissect where the disconnect is. When an LLM model makes a mistake, actually, it's kind of a good thing that you picked it up, right? Therefore, you know that what you were looking for, the answer that came out was incorrect. Therefore, there's a delta that needs to be solved, right? So it's part of learning for both of you, actually. So most of the existing LLMs are building your profile as you're working with them. Solving that puzzle is, for me at least, it's fun. For a lot of our team members, it's also fun just to understand why it happened, what happened, like with the way we do. And one of our features is coding and how do you optimize coding. We figured out something early in the morning today with our AI team back remote and offshore team. I don't know enough about the underlying nature of the question, but solving that delta is important, and escalating and sharing it others and bringing others into equation, like other your colleagues, is very important because there are no perfect humans. There are perfect teams, right? God never created a perfect human being, right? In our today's time, and in bringing in others and then solving it together makes sense, and that becomes escalation, and that also becomes part of down the road how you refine your LLM into a RAG.
Yes, the same question a lot of times comes to me as well, because a lot of non-IT guy want to jump into the idea is coding is very necessary or coding is different. See, we have to understand, just I want to wrap up in one, two sentences. We have to understand coding is the backbone of IT industry. If you want to be survive, or if you want to be long-term goal to remain into the IT industry, so yes, coding is we have to learn the coding. The main question, instead of we can ask this question like coding is necessary, or how hard to learn the code. It's not that hard. Even in nowadays, especially I see in the ProTrain Tech batches, we are starting here a session from very beginning, like what is software, what are different types of application, and what is Java, and we are from very beginning and booming up to the expertise side. So it depends which field you are going to go. Like for in a QA, you don't need the coding up to a developer level, but yes, you need a coding to run your automation code. To you either you can learn Java, you can learn Python, or you can learn JavaScript. Yes, you have to be command on one in any of the one of the language. And but yes, it is not that hard to learn. I'm not discouraging here. It is not that hard to learn. This is the reality that we have to accept. And depends, if you are in a QA, you don't need the coding up to developer level or very high level, but at the middle level, we are good to go. Yes, Simon.
All right. Thank you. So there are some few questions, but before I move into the next one, just what Mr. Shahid was saying, the person says that when you say the LLM is raw, what responsibilities are intentionally not handled by the model, and which layers are responsible for those instead?
When I say raw, right, it actually means it ties back to their organizations like OpenAI and the Claude and others spending billions and hundreds of billions in what they call training the model, right? So basically, training the model means it basically picks up every single book, every single word on the internet and becomes a master of it, or just learns it, right? And then the power of processing comes from the GPU, right, which is an NVIDIA's chip. So it's basically then computing what is the probability of what you're looking for. So, for example, if I type into Google or a raw model, it would be say, "Oh, I bought. It is raining out." What that comes out, the next model would be, "Therefore, you stay in or wear a raincoat." Right? That is a probabilistic LLM at this moment. It is raw. A refined model, or what we would call a deep reasoning model, would be, oh, if I type in "it is raining out," the deep reasoning would say, "Okay, Shai is typing that it is raining out. He bought a rain jacket yesterday, right? His preference tends to be wearing something new right away, right? Therefore, he is probably thinking about he wants to wear the new jacket. So I can, in my suggestions, add this jacket, right? So that is a deep reasoning thinking, right? At this moment, we have LLMs that have not been refined yet. It has a vast internet that is disconnected from the internet. These enterprise versions are just disconnected. That's it, to secure our data inflow and data outflow. So we feel good about ourselves and about the privacy and the security. That's it. The data within it is not. I know one of the most prestigious, and I know personally the guy, I've known him for last 25, 30 years, who heads up for the LLM for this consulting firm. They actually are feeding every single thing about every single client they have served for every single deck that they have produced to their LLM, so they can provide very nuanced, focused approach to their client. And LLM is becoming an expert on their client. So they're building a RAG for their every single client. I meet him every Wednesday. We play tennis. And it's fascinating how detailed oriented they are becoming about how to further refine their model. Now, they initially were using OpenAI. They're shifting to Claude down the road, but it is amazing the amount of finesse that they're trying to attach, and you can't hire enough people on this part. The point is, it is raw. It is just model that is just trained on internet data, and that's it. It looks intelligent because it responds very intelligently, but the reality is it's a dumb answer right now at the moment. It's a probabilistic model. It might be a wrong probability. There's a probability of X happening, but what if Y happens? Then what? Oh, then we say it's a wrong answer. Well, the reality is because the fundamental architecture is incorrect right now.
Very well said. So now, next question is for Mr. Mansoor Qureshi. That how to pass the resume screening, and can you please name the top soft skills which will be required in 2026 and the upcoming years?
I think this is the most important question because I have expertise in reviewing the resumes and basically, helping people how to rewrite and what to mention in the resume. So when you are writing a resume, you need to make sure you see the job description to what exactly they're looking for. Because in the job description, you will see 5 or 6 skill sets they're looking for basically, and they are the required skill set. There's a job description which is like 2 pages job description, and there are 5 or 6 key skill sets they are looking for in the job description. So make sure you need to add those key skill sets only if you know it. If you don't know it, then there's nothing you can do. You can always mention that you have knowledge of that key skill set, and you can always talk to the hiring manager or a recruiter and tell him that you don't have that skill set, but you have great knowledge of it, and you're a fast learner. You will learn everything very fast. So, but make sure you see the read the job description, add the job description that and those key skill sets in your summary of your qualification. So in your resume, then mention your name, then there is a summary of your qualification, then there is an education, certification, professional skill set, and then there's a professional experience where you can add your role and responsibilities. So design your resume like that. Make sure when you update your resume or when you add key skill set, add those key skill set, whatever is required in the job description, into a summary of your qualification. Because normally recruiters like K-Force recruiters or other recruiters or hiring manager, they see the resume for only for 10 to 20 seconds. And in 10 to 20 seconds, we always see that if the person has the required key skill set or not. If you have a required key skill set, then we probably decide within few minutes that we're going to give you a call and talk to you and screen you for the position. So this is a number one thing. Now number two, soft skill set. You have to have excellent communication skill. I mean, you have to have excellent communication skill set. As I said, you plan your interview. The first question they ask you, tell me a little bit about yourself. And once you answer this question, recruiter or hiring manager will decide if he wants to continue talking to you, or if there is any interest or not. So when somebody asks you, tell me a little bit about yourself, talk about whatever they ask in the job description, the required skill sets. So if let's suppose if they said we are looking for bachelor's degree, I'm just giving you an example. They're looking for automation experience. They're looking for playwright. They're looking for, let's say, SQL skill set. So you need to make sure that in summary of your qualification, when they ask you, tell me a little bit about yourself, you add all those key things in your personal intro, the first intro. And the second thing is you have to be energetic, because there are some people when you call them, they talk, hello, how are you? Yes, I am good. It's so sad. I mean, even if you are sad, you need to show your energy. Because if you're not energetic, if you're not friendly, then I have no interest in you. So you need to make sure, show your energy, show some love. And the last thing, let's say if you're talking to someone like, for at least for 10, 15, 20 minutes, if hiring manager, he said, he thinks that, you're the right person. And if he asks you, do you have any question? Make sure you ask question. Just don't say, I don't have any question, I understand everything. Just ask those questions too. So soft skill set, I would say, good communication skills. And then, you have to show your energy, because if you're not energetic, then the tough chances that, then he's going to hire you, or he's going to consider you for some good positions, or for that position.
Brother Mansoor, only one thing I need suggestion from you, like about the length of the resume. Nowadays, we have seen that there is 7 pages, 8 pages resume or something as a how you see, because on day-to-day basis you are recruiting to candidates.
Mhm.
Can you put some light on that?
Yeah, so basically, in your resume, what recruiters want to see is obviously summary of your qualification, and you can ask chat gpt, or copilot, they will make summary for you and everything. So in resume, I don't want to see more than 3 to 5 pages resume. So there are people, they have like 10 pages resume. No, we don't want to, nobody wants to see it. 99%, I'm not saying 90%, 99% of my clients wants to see 5 pages, 3 to 5 pages resume. But what they want to see in your resume is the important thing. They want to see what is the summary of your qualification. Number one, your education. All right, education means university and when you were graduated, let's say that. And then your certification, and then let's say your experience, your role and responsibilities. In your role and responsibilities, you have to add your technical skill sets and the environment you're working on. So all we want to see in the project you are working on, in professional experience, not more than like each job, it has to be like 6 to 7 lines, that's it. And then 3 to 5 pages resume, just send. And then hopefully hiring manager or recruiters, they will consider your resume for the next step.
Mansoor, can I ask you a question from a
Sure,
resume
sir.
perspective?
Hmm.
Would it be a good idea? Would you look just for technical skill sets on the resume? Because when we get resumes, we tend to ask, does the person understand what they were working on? Right? Like, hey, my project improved clinical outcomes, or my project reduced clinician burnout, or my project did X. Like, do they understand what the nuance or a particular contribution of their project was in a scheme of bigger picture? When I just see a resume full of tokens and things of that nature, right? It's just like, hey, they're dealing with a very technical lane. And that is a little bit like, I want to know you as a person. Can you understand and evolve over time also? So that is just our view, but I want to get your confirmation or some input from you, because you look at more resumes than I've ever looked at in a day. You look at more resumes in a day than I look at an entire profession.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so we need to understand that the 99% resume is screened by recruiters. It's by recruiters only. Since you are the hiring manager, and we are the recruiters. So my main responsibility is to find you what exactly you are looking for. So when the HR or when hiring manager make resumes, they add the key technical skills that they're looking for. So it is my responsibility to send you at least not even 100%, then 90% match resume. So, and every single job seeker has to go through a recruiter. So from recruiter point of view, I'm not going to send you anybody who knows a little bit about these things or who has ability to do that job versus the technical skill set you are looking for. That's what I say, even if you don't know that technical skill set, you just go Google it, go to Chat GPT, read it, and mention that I have a knowledge of, let's say, playwright. So at least I can send you that resume, and at that point you can make your decision that if you want to talk to that person or not, because you're a hiring manager. You obviously know more than me. What I am looking for are the specific skill sets you are looking for. But when you are looking for, according to your point of view, maybe few skill sets are not that important. Let's say advanced SQL is not that important for you, but for me it is very very important thing, because it is my job to find you the best technical guy who knows everything what you want him to do and who can help you rather who's gonna be a problematic for you. It makes sense.
It does. Thank you. I'm glad I connected.
So my expertise is to help you get jobs once you finish your training. So then you'll be sitting with me and maybe we can do resume rewriting, interview preparation, and like how to apply on LinkedIn, how to reach out to people, how to plan your interview. We'll do a little workshop just to help your young professionals and the people who are new in the market.
Thank you very much. So can I take one more question? Can I put up in front of the panel? Because there is this person. Yeah, Mr. Salim, if you allow me to, please.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Hopefully.
Okay, so this participant says that I'm new to this field and just graduated from college, and I'm currently on the job hunting and still learning the basics. So he wants to know that if the whole discussion is only the focus on QA and test automation, or we are on the overall AI business architectural model.
I think we are discussing about the different aspects of the AI. Like it is not only, as I mentioned in my conversation as well, it is not only on a QA. It is on a development side. It is on a business analyst side. So it depends, like in which field you are going to, in which field you are interested, what you want to do. Either you want to come into QA, you want to come on data engineering side, on a business analyst side, what you want to do. So therefore, I already mentioned that whatever you want to do, so you have to learn the things accordingly. So definitely, if you have to apply the AI, so you before applying that AI, you have to learn the basics of that field. For example, if you want to jump into a QA, definitely if you are very basic, you don't have any idea about the QA. So before you said that you can say that you can apply AI on QA, you have to learn the basics like how the manual testing works, what are the test cases, what are the test plans, how the automation world is working nowadays, linear, playwright. Then you able to integrate AI with those things. This is not only that you can jump onto directly. This is my perspective, maybe Shahid and so you guys correct me if I'm wrong. But you have to learn the basics of your field in which you want to enter, and then accordingly, then you can apply the AI on that side. But no, this is not only for QA. In short answer, this is exactly for all the industry. And there is another option after this webinar. Pro Training team will send you the link for one-to-one discussion as well. If you want to schedule any session with me or with the team for to give you a right path, we will be do. Shahid and Mansoor, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, I can add one thing, that there are more than 100 skill sets, like, in information technology or in computer science. So AI or automations or coding, these all things are like, good things, but a little bit tough. So if you think with doing this training for 2 months, you're gonna get a job for $100,000, then you are mistaken. You need to invest your time. You need to learn everything, and then before you are getting into any course or any certification, you need to make sure you do little bit due diligence and little bit research, like where you feel you are more comfortable. Just don't think that you
Exactly.
come to Muhammad Salim or Shahid Khwaja Bhai and tell them, hey, I want to do QA thing without doing any research. So this seminar is for the people who are still trying to learn if they can do that course or not. So do some research. Can you do coding? Are you good in coding? Number one, just ask this question. Do a little bit research. Number two, are you more comfortable talking to people or give them presentations? Then find out what courses are the good courses. Can you do? Are you good in AI? I mean, or do you think you can learn AI? Just see some YouTube videos. Just do research, due diligence, and everything. Because without research, if you think that someone will come and after 2 3 months course you will land like $100,000 job, then you're not gonna get it. You need to work hard too. You are investing your time into these like courses and certification. If you don't invest your time, you, even though you do the course or maybe a certification, I'm telling you as a recruiter, you're not gonna get the job. So just do all your research, due diligence, and if you feel comfortable doing whatever skill set you want to do after your research, then only do it. Because I don't want, like, people sometimes, people do the courses because they ask me, hey, what course should I do? And I say, oh, do this thing. After doing this course 3 months, After 3 months, they come back. They said, "Oh, you told us to do this course. Now I'm not getting the job. You destroy my career." I didn't do anything. You just asked me. I told you there are 10 things in the market. You just learn, like, whatever you like to learn. And if you are learning the toughest skill set and you think you're not capable of doing that job, then, it's not my fault. So, I mean, this is my suggestion that, do all research, due diligence, and if you think you can do it, then only do it. Otherwise, do something else. I hope I make my point.
Exactly. Thank you, Mansoor.
So I would just say a couple of points here, guys. I just want people to remind that AI, actually, the word itself, artificial intelligence, is misleading, right? This intelligence isn't about the way we consider intelligence in human context. AI at the moment is really good at pattern recognition at a higher scale or a larger scale. You can feed a gigabyte of data and it starts to identify patterns, and that's what it's good at. And if those patterns are not properly defined and things of that nature, then it leads to very costly mistakes. So therefore, we should never forget that AI right now is just not very intelligent. It is very fast at pattern recognition, right? There is a next tranche that has to come in, which is the deep reasoning and also the machine learning. I saw somebody was asking a question around what is AI versus machine learning, right? Machine learning, I can tell you in healthcare would be AI would be, hey, if I get a Claude's enterprise version and use it at Zadium, but we have to train this into this particular post-acute, and within post-acute, let's say, skilled nursing facilities or home health or home making or home nursing, whatever subsector is, then we build a RAG around it. So it's retrieval augmented. So it becomes an expert within that particular domain. But then machine learning would be, okay, a lot of my patients have diabetic wounds, and can I build a 3D imaging model with the help of AI and train the AI to identify what particular stage is this wound in, right? Because in wounds, you have multiple stages and the reimbursements varies depending on the staging of the wound itself. So that becomes machine learning, right? That you train part of the AI to say, and it would take about 5 to 7,000 wound images working with the physician groups to understand what stage is this particular wound in, and then you get the FDA clearance and then things of that nature, right? The point I'm making is AI is at its infancy. It's a great field to be in. It's a great time to be alive, actually, from my perspective. It is wonderful leaning in, and people should embrace it open-heartedly. And if you're just getting out of college, I have a 22-year-old myself. He's in mechanical engineering, and actually he's joining us after he graduates, and he's figured out that he wants to be part of AI, but not doesn't want to do the AI world. But so he's going to be in a patent engineer, patent law in the AI world. So that is what his focus is going to be going forward, right? So he's figuring things out. And I am asking you, just like I had conversation with my eldest son, Zen, to say, hey, figure it out, right? And don't, and if you make a mistake, then you made a mistake, all right? You thought about it. Sometimes decisions work, sometimes decisions don't work. And if it doesn't mean that it's just because it didn't work, doesn't mean it was a failure. That was the best decision in that moment, right? And that we learn and then we move forward. The technology is here to stay and it's going to get refined. And I would strongly urge everybody on this session, and Salim, to you also, as you continuously build more modules for your candidates and students, learning is going to be a very fast evolving process now, right? And we need to help our kids and the next generation of the kids to become better at it and better at embracing it and lean forward and exploit the arbitrage between people who know and people who do not know. People who do not know or decide, if you do not understand, you're not alone. Try it again. And if you do not understand the second time, fine, try it again, right? So what? uh, that would be my, as a father, like, somebody who's got a son at college ages or graduating would say, okay, so you made a mistake. So what? You tried your best, and we're going to try it again, something new. There is just a lot more opportunities than people think about. They're worried about status quo, and the reality is the future is going to be much brighter and better if we embrace it.
Shahid bhai, I agree on that. Even if you learn something, and you don't land a job, still you have those skill set which gonna help you landing your next job. So I think I agree with you on that. Good suggestion.
All right, Mr. Steam, the last question from you, and then we will move towards the closing remarks from each one of the panelists. The question is how to start from the non-tech roles to tech roles, and name few tools which are very important for us to learn, especially in IT sector right now.
So simple for the people or the candidates who are not in IT industry and want to jump from a non-IT professional and want to start their career in IT industry. So just I want to break very quickly in three, four steps that is very much important to lean into the IT industry job. Number first thing is that in a whole webinar we were talking about the technology stack. We have to there is a training phase, there is a learning phase that we have to need that specific skills in which we want to do a job. Even if we want to do a job in restaurant or something, we have to learn how to deal with the customers and all that stuff. In the same way, the first very phase is a learning phase. Second phase is in which if you don't know, then get a training from a professional teacher, from professional institute that train you on a market standard, and prefer to get training from to get into who already working in that specific industry, who have a practical knowledge, not only a theoretical knowledge. That is the first step. Second thing is then you have to present yourself. You have to prepare for your mock interviews, like when you are sitting in front of the manager. So you have to be very professional in speaking what have to say, what don't have to be say, right? And then you have to answer specifically professionally by giving some practical examples. So second step is to prepare for your mock interviews, and third step is like your resume. A resume is your face. For example, is if I submit to resume to Brother Mansoor or Shahid, they don't know me personally. Only my resume will tell them what skill set I have, and what technology stack I'm holding, and how my experience is helping them when I get into their company. So resume is very important, and Mansoor was putting very good some lights on that, how to prepare the resume. So we have to be very careful when we are presenting ourselves there. And then last thing is when you go into the job, so you able to perform whatever you promise, whatever you say in the interview, in your resume, you able to perform the things. So that are the three four steps that are very much important. Now I'm coming towards your second part of question, like what are the tools and how. Just I want to highlight one thing, how Pro Training Tech is helping. I want to, as we are launching, so from the testing perspective, there is a new session that we are launching in a AI learning curve, that is a playwright with AI, because we are shifting from Selenium to playwright according to the market standard. So ProTrain Tech is giving you one stop or one window for all. We are making you expertise in a learning curve. We are giving you the training from the expertise that have more than 10 years of experience in this IT industry in that specific field, and they are have a 4 to 5 months learning session that is going on. Secondly, we are helping. We have a practical mock interviews. We have a practical interview question from our previous students. Like hundred of students are working in the IT industry now. And third thing, we have a dedicated recruiting team that helps you in brushing up your resume according to your expertise. And then we try our best to apply to the jobs. We assist in job placement as well. So we are trying to provide even after getting the job, if you need some have question, need some assistance, so that thing will be there. We are providing end-to-end goal. Only one advice at the end, then I closing this thing. From my past experience, that a lot of students get into this IT industry that are from non-IT background, and a lot of like OS and like other guys are here that I'm seeing that are from that came to me from non-IT industry, and now it is in IT and booming up. Only the thing that I feel the difference, who's a success candidate, who are not, is your dedication. How serious you guys have with yourself. If one student comes to me, okay, I have to crack it no matter what. You we can take 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. I can try to give 5 interviews, 10 interviews. Don't be disheartened. If even I'm telling to student 10 interviews is just your experience. Don't expect you can get a job in your first 10 interviews. Okay, yes, What you have to grab from those 10 interviews, write down all the questions. Where is the failure? What things the manager asked you didn't able to answer correctly? Get from these. And after 10, 12 interviews, you able to get the questions, that repeated questions, you know what have to be answered. So dedication is very much patiently. Don't be disheartened if you are not getting jobs and very quickly. Don't be disheartened. Try again and again, and inshallah, you will get one day.
Thank you very much. As we conclude today's session, I want to extend my sincere thanks to everyone who joined us today and a special note of gratitude to all of our panelists for their valuable insights. And before I head towards wrapping up this whole discussion, let's collect the closing remarks from each one of you. Any advice you would like to give to all the participants? I would like to start from Mr. Shahid, then Mr. Salim, just the one liner advice, Mr. Mansoor Qureshi. Please go ahead.
My advice is if you don't know enough about AI, then just get a subscription to Claude and ask Claude to build you a $20 subscription. And it's like three coffees from Starbucks, but that would be the best investment you can make. And ask it to build you a course designed to help you learn about AI. And it will build it for you. And that is like, I'm a big Claude guy. So, but that would be my advice to everybody.
All I want to say is if you want to be in IT, all I have seen is you need to be a problem solver. Learn to solve problems. That's all I have seen. If you are willing to solve problems, you can succeed in IT very easily.
Well, all I want to say, first of all, thank you, Mohammed Salim, and your team for arranging and organizing such a wonderful, wonderful workshop. And to you all, remember this: every challenging market creates the next generation of leaders. Focus on building real hands-on experience. Understand your role deeply, and learn how to work alongside AI rather than fear it. The future belongs to those who stay curious, adaptable, and willing to grow. Believe in your potential, invest in yourself, and don't wait for opportunity. Prepare for it. Stay focused, stay resilient, keep moving forward. And thank you again, everyone, for having me. And I wish each of you great success on your journey ahead. You can all reach out to me through LinkedIn, and I look forward to talking to you and helping you all. Thank you, everyone.
Sure. From my side, first of all, I want to say thank you to Brother Shahid and Mansoor, and for all the participants that you guys had joined on this lovely weekend. From my side, Shahid and Mansoor already covered a lot of things. So, guys, this is a learning curve, right? So even if you are experienced in IT industry, keep up to date yourself according to the new technology stacks on the new things like AI is nowadays, maybe in future some other things come. Always keep passion of learning and connect with each other to learn more the things. And for the non-IT persons, please, if you want to jump into the IT, so take a right path. This is very important to invest money, your effort, your time in a right path. And in the last, just I can offer that I will ask to my management team that they can share with you guys my social media accounts and all. Connect with me on this learning curve. And there is a coming up session with Playwright with AI, and there is a data engineering with AI, and we are thinking about cybersecurity as well. Let's join together and learn these things and love to AI. If you do love it something, so you have a craze to learn it. Just learn it. Show you have. There was a Scrum Master that always saying, "Don't wait to job to comes to you. Don't say that manager will assign you tasks. Show your expertise. You show your skills. That manager said, "Yo, I need that guy." Okay, so keep up to that level your skills, and thank you very much again. Where very I have learned a lot from this session as well. A very knowledgeable session and very informative.
Very well. Likewise, likewise. Feelings are shared. So, if anyone has further questions or wish to connect with us, or if they want to have the one-to-one sessions, you may visit our website, our FB page, or you can reach us at any other platforms. We will share you all the descriptions and the link to connect with us post meeting. So, thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. I'm signing out from here. Thank you very well.